I'm sorry. Could I sit with you? Yeah, I mean, it's really busy this time of day, and I couldn't find a free table. Thank you. Man, I'm sorry. Talking to people and stuff is like really hard for me. I'm sorry if I come off as weird. Oh, did you come here to read? Don't worry, I won't bother you or anything. No, seriously, I just came here to write a bit, so don't feel obligated to talk to me. Unless you're looking for an excuse to chat. So are you taking a break from work right now? I get that. Sometimes it's nice to be able to just shut off for a bit, enjoy a cozy drink and get lost in thought. Do you come here often, by the way? I've never seen you around, and I consider myself a regular. Second time. Yeah, okay, that makes sense then. In my opinion, this is like the best place in the area. Like, once you find it, you just have to come back. That was the case for me, at least. The drinks here are absolutely fantastic, and the staff are also nice and welcoming. Have you tried any of the cakes yet, by the way? They'll blow your mind, I promise. Or wait, maybe don't try them. You might get addicted, and that's probably not a good thing also. Though, that would mean I get to see you around more often. Okay, you should definitely try their cake. Yes, they're really that good. I know the guy who makes them, and he's an absolute sweetheart. He bakes them fresh every day. Sometimes we just hang out after hours and just sit here and eat some of the leftovers. That's basically one of the reasons I love this particular coffee shop. Once you get to know the people, you're basically family here. I also love to people watch whenever I'm not buried in my writing. It is so fascinating to see everybody rush by as though there's no tomorrow. Usually I come in before or after the busy hours, but this time I couldn't really avoid it. Normally I love the place because of how quiet and calm it is, but today I actually have plans later on, and I figured I either have to come in a bit earlier than usual or not at all. I knew it would be packed, and I thought I'd give it a try anyways, maybe get some writing done. I kind of struggle with doing stuff at home. Getting inspired and motivated to work is really tricky when you could just be laying in bed, watching YouTube or streaming Netflix or playing games. Somehow, when I'm outside though, the pressure to perform is much higher. And the distractions aren't as, distracting anymore, you know what I mean? Like, have you ever seen somebody, watch YouTube out in the open? I mean, it's kind of weird, and let's be real, it's not very comfortable either. I'd rather be laying in bed watching it. Somehow, it just works better when I'm out, Maybe it's the background sounds, or feeling like you have to do something while you're sipping your coffee. Who knows? Or it could also be all the people I'm around. For me, it just always helps to realize I'm not completely alone and shut off from the world. I just feel like I'm a part of something when I sit here, typing away on my computer or scribbling in my notepad. Either way, it somehow works. That's the important part, isn't it? And sometimes you get to meet some really interesting people when you're outside, like, right now, for example. Or the other day, I saw somebody in a bear costume walk by, and he actually waved at me. I technically didn't meet them, per se, but since we didn't talk or anything, but it was a lot more exciting than sitting home all by myself. Somehow, it just made me smile. I'm also trying to build up my confidence and get better about talking to people. Normally, I wouldn't have even bothered coming in today, seeing how full the place is. And, it's a little embarrassing to say, but just the thought of having to talk to somebody used to make me physically tremble. But I'm really proud of myself for being able to have a conversation with a complete stranger right now. And I do have to say, thanks for letting me to talk to you. You could as well just put on some headphones or pull out your phone to ignore me, but you didn't. And to be honest, I'm really glad about that. You could have just scoffed at me when I asked to sit with you, or tell me to screw off. I mean, I'm still working on the whole confidence thing. I still can't go up to people and tell them like, oh, I really like your jacket, or your boots are so cool, or hey, I really love your hair color. I mean, those are the kind of things I always think when I see people, and I know they would probably love to hear it, especially since a lot of folks are really insecure, but I still, like, really struggle with it. And yeah, I guess I should just try it sometime. You know, what's the worst that could happen? I mean, I guess, like, murder's the worst thing that could happen, but I'm sure nobody would ever kill anybody over a compliment. Right? Although, thinking about it logically, I don't really want to get spat at or scoffed at either. Or like, what if they just roll their eyes or completely ignore me because I'm annoying? I'm sorry, wait, let me back it up. I tend to spiral sometimes. It's not really fun. And as I said, like, I'm trying to work on it and all, but anxiety is so hard to manage. It's actually really sad to see how many people suffer from social anxiety for, like, no reason. Well, I mean, not no reason. People are pretty scary. And way back when, everyone's survival did depend on being able to fit in. For them, it was like life or death to be accepted by others, since humans needed a group to flourish. But it's so stupid that we have to live like that now. And it's so irritating when you know it's not crucial, and you know it's unlikely for anyone to get mad at you over nothing. You know what I mean, don't you? Yeah. You know, honestly, thank you for being so nice about this. I'm really surprised I'm able to talk so much right now. I swear I'm usually quieter. Do you get that often? That you're really easy to talk to, I mean? Because I do. For some reason, people just love to open up to me. I don't really mind it per se, I just don't really understand why it happens. I do find it super interesting to talk to people. You know, hearing their stories and all, and seeing how they tick. How different they are from what I expect based on movie stereotypes. As a kid, I didn't really have any friends, so I kinda had to rely on books and movies to learn how people functioned. And on there, it's always the same few tropes over and over again. Most people don't fit into these tropes even remotely, so that ended up being a weird lesson to learn. But to be honest, you kinda seem like the bookish type as well. Maybe that's why I felt comfortable coming up to you. You do look approachable. Hey, that was almost a compliment. Do you mind if I try again? You know, I'm trying to practice building my confidence and all. And like, obviously, you don't have to say yes. I don't want you to feel pressured because of me. Okay, I'm sorry. It is a little over the top how much I worry. I do know. Like, I know. It's really unreasonable and weird, but I mean, normally a person could just walk away, but you're kind of stuck here with a half-finished drink and a random weirdo sitting at your table. Wait, right. Let me get back on track, okay? So, would it be okay with me practicing some compliments on you? Okay, thank you. Okay, here I go. I really like your shirt. I think the color suits you. Okay, what did you think about that? I guess if it were me walking up to somebody at random, it'd probably be more like, hey, nice shirt, or something like that. I don't really know, but I was being serious. It does flatter you. It really brings out your eyes. You know, it makes them pop, you know? You do have really pretty eyes. Every time somebody says that, it just gives me serial killer vibes, but I really don't know how else to phrase it, so I'm so sorry if you got those vibes. It's kind of like, you know how a dentist says you have good teeth? Like, what are you supposed to say to that? It feels so awkward. I mean, seriously, like, imagine if somebody came up to you and they told you you have nice teeth. But on the other hand, like, if I walk up to somebody and say they have a nice smile, is that weird? Maybe I could try it right now. I mean, I do like your smile. Wait, you're smiling right now. I mean, I could also say like, you're really pretty, or your outfit is so awesome, or I love that ring you're wearing, right? I guess it kind of depends on the situation. So that's kind of the hard part. I'm not really sure. I mean, because sometimes it's really these small things I notice about somebody, like the way they do their eyeliner, or that little tattoo they have, or the way they styled their hair, or the pretty bump on their nose. Do you think it's weirder to tell somebody they're pretty or that I like their eyebrows? Because on one hand, saying somebody is like pretty or handsome is much like, how should I say this, stronger and I guess broader, right? But on the other hand, who am I to decide that? Who am I to tell somebody they're pretty without having seen them on a bad day, right? I think the concept of pretty is kind of shallow, to be honest. Because it's pretty. Pretty to whom? Does it really matter if I find somebody good looking? Or am I saying I deem them pretty to society? But in the end, I'm just worried I'd freak people out when I come up to them and say nice eyebrows or cool shoes, you know? Because does that raise the question whether I was like staring at them to evaluate if their eyebrows look good? I'm like way overcomplicating this again, aren't I? Yeah, I mean, if somebody just came up to me and said like, hey, I like your hair, or you have nice hands, I think I'd just be, I don't know, flattered. No weird thoughts or anything. Shit. I'm so sorry. I didn't think I'd have to leave soon, but I didn't realize how late it was. Thank you so much for chatting with me. I really hope this wasn't too strange. It was an absolute pleasure to get to talk to you, I have to say. And if you ever see me here again on my own and feel like chatting with me, I really wouldn't mind if you did. Only if you want to, of course. I don't want to like pressure you or anything. So, you know, please have a great day. And by the way, I really like your voice.